Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my modded Minecraft series. Last time we made very good progress through the Mud Age and in fact finished it, I think. We did! 8% is still missing. Interesting. Stone Age is up next then. We already found ourselves some seeds from sieving that dirt. So now we should get rolling, I suppose. Do we want more seeds or do we want bread? Perhaps I'll hold off on that choice actually, just for the moment. A hammer or a furnace? Well, we know what the recipe for a furnace is, and it's 8 bits of cobblestone. And our only piece of cobblestone is that one right there. So first of all, let's put that away. But second of all, I guess we should make a hammer. Let's see what it says. You'd better get used to crafting hammers. Fair enough, short but sweet. Wooden hammer. Let's have a look at the recipe then. 2 sticks, 2 bits of plank. That is very, very easy. Make a few more planks. I think it was on a diagonal slope, wasn't it? Like this? Yeah, that looks right. Great. 1 wooden hammer. And a reward bag in return. Don't mind if I do. See what's in here. So since we've moved from the Mud Age up to the Stone Age, these are now Stone Age rewards and could be all sorts of exciting new things. Oh, it's 8 cobblestone. Well, that certainly makes getting a furnace very, very convenient. Yeah, no complaints. Just like that. Incredible. Right. Well, so normally we'd have to mess around, plant trees, keep chopping them down. You know, get together enough saplings to make into dirt, turn the dirt into stones, the stone into cobblestone. If it sounds complicated, well, not necessarily complicated. If it sounds long, that's basically because it is. It's not the most enjoyable process in the world. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not suffering playing this game, but out of all the fun things to do, getting started isn't all the way up there. But it is very necessary. So this is more of a sort of survival challenge than a technological building challenge right now. Let's see if we can't get a few more saplings together. There was an apple there. Definitely take that. So first and foremost, I feel like we're wasting our jungle saplings that we have by not making more fruit trees. And since it's quite difficult to get our hands on this sort of mint chocolate dessert stained clay affair we've got going on here, I think it's time for an extension, and pretty much the only building material we have in any quantity is oak wood. So this will be the episode where I'm praying there isn't a storm with lightning, because for a little while our platform is going to be quite flammable, I would imagine. I'm still going to go for 2 thick. It is something of a waste of resources, because I don't think I'm stupid enough to accidentally dig and fall through a 1-block platform. But the reason I have this rule for making everything 2 blocks thick is because I kind of am stupid enough to dig and fall through a 1-block platform. So I prefer to follow the rule than find out why I set it up in the first place. So it's not too bad. These platforms are what, 5 by 5? So with 2 thick, you're only talking like 50 blocks. Not too bad at all. In fact, we can even chop that one out. 49. And have we got a piece of dirt for it? I think we do. We do. And we've got an apple. And a jungle sapling. So, all together, if we combine the jungle sapling and the apple, we get an apple sapling. We pop the dirt down. Sapling on top. And we will force it to grow with some bone meal. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that a 9 tree? That's awesome. Okay, we're going to be rolling in apples soon. Let's get some light. Just check with F7. Seem to be okay. I'll take that apple for sure. Still can't believe you can't force grow these things. That's incredible to me. I remember doing it as well. That's the weirdest part. Okay. So, what were we doing? Maybe a bit more extension. Do I want another spot to plant just trees to chop down? And do I have the wood to build it, actually, would be a better question. We do. Okay, Let's do one more little platform very quickly. We do have a piece of dirt as well. Because what I would like is to not have to use my, frankly, dwindling bone meal stocks to grow new trees. I would prefer that they grew naturally. And if we have enough saplings planted, they should be able to keep up with us, I think. How are we doing on this then? So this will be one bigger this direction. Again, not worried about the spaces where things can spawn because I'm just too close. But this would very rapidly turn into something of a problem if I were to leave this platform here, so I will light it before I walk anywhere else. It's tough to know when the platform's going to get so big that it can start spawning monsters, so I just prefer to treat it all as if it can the whole time. What? I don't know where this needs to go. It doesn't really matter, as long as it lights everything up. And this is actually going to be an ordinary tree. Just a good old oak sapling. There it goes. Probably shouldn't have force grown that, actually. In hindsight. It's only a few bits of bone meal. If I starve to death because of a few pieces of bone meal later on, then I'll be sorry. Otherwise, I don't think it matters. Right. We should take a look at our quests. I'm just sort of going into automatic tree chopping mode here because there's always trees to be chopped, and I did just use half of our wood up. Let's have a look. Furnace being done. You can cook all sorts in a furnace. Silkworms even. Ah, yes. So this is an unpleasant but fairly necessary way of surviving if we start to starve to death. So those silkworms that we got from the infested leaves, we can cook them up. And I think that even shows up in NEI. Let's have a look. Yes, cooked silkworm. It's a morsel, which I think is the same as an apple, isn't it? Yeah. In fact, it will show us if we shift mouse over it, right? Yeah, there we go. So half a hank of hunger and a little tiny bit of saturation, just a touch. So it's not great, but it is an extra piece of variety in our diet, which is something, and may well be necessary. What do we get in return? 8 pieces of charcoal, okay. Don't think those are good for anything except using in the furnace, so we will do that. And now we have to obtain toast. Prove your farming skills. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to get some bread. I think dough is somewhat beyond our capabilities right now because it takes salt and flour and water and all sorts of things. What was this one? Flour. From a grindstone and wheat. Oh, it makes 1. So 1 wheat makes 1 flour. And 1 flour makes 1 bread. Whereas, with the standard recipe, 3 wheat make 1 bread. So that's actually 3 times more efficient. Let's have a look at grindstone, then. I assume this is what we're talking about. Nether quartz or Certus quartz crystals. And loads of stone, which we could eventually do. The wooden gear wouldn't be a problem. Okay. So as soon as we have access to Certus quartz crystals, or nether quartz, whichever one comes first, we should probably try putting one of those together. But for now, we'll need a wheat farm. So I guess that'll be another extension in a minute. I'll work it out. Maybe in here, actually? But let's see what else we've got quest-wise, just quickly. In fact, how much toast do we need? We only need 1 bread. Oh, we have to craft it. Haha, yes. I was going to take the bread from this, use it on toast, and then hope that you only need to make 1 piece of toast, because I can't remember. It's been a while since I made this quest. Clearly, I already thought of that before as well. Let's have a look here then. Obtain gravel, sand, and dust. Use the hammer to obtain gravel from cobblestone, sand from gravel, and dust from sand. Oh, I see. So you hammer cobblestone into this, then into that, then into that. So you keep going down the chain sort of thing. And we need 1 piece of gravel. So we'll need 1 piece of cobblestone, which we actually happen to have. Feel a little bit bad about taking our first piece of cobblestone and smashing it, but it's got to be done. There we go. 1 bit of gravel. Perfect. Now it wants us to obtain sand. I see where this is going. Thank you. And yes, obtain dust. Very good. That's it. That's it. Pick 1 reward. Gravel, sand, or dust. Well, that's a pretty simple logic puzzle. We can turn gravel into everything else, so we'll take gravel. Obviously, if we took dust and we need some gravel, we'd be out of luck. So that's 3 bits of gravel. That's actually kind of multiplied our cobblestone, even if it isn't cobblestone anymore. And what does that unlock? Obtain iron ore dust. Oh no, unnamed quest. I'm sure I checked all of these. Did I not write this? I'm kind of tempted to write it now. No, I have to restart Minecraft to do it. Whatever. So, here's how it works. You sift things in your sieve like dirt to get stones. But if you were to sift that gravel that we had from earlier, you may well get nothing, or you may get some kind of crazy other block. But some of the time, I think actually the most common result, at about 20% I think, is broken iron ore. So, how much of it did we need? 4. So even if we did 3 bits of gravel and got broken iron ore every single time, we wouldn't be able to get ourselves 4. Okay. That tells me then that we're going to need more gravel. Which means we're going to need more cobblestone, which means we need more dirt. So our dirt production needs to be stepped up a notch. Now some of it we can get from apples, because I do think if we get enough apples together we can compost apples. Which would be pretty sweet. But the rest of it's kind of going to have to come from these trees. So, I'm feeling wheat farm. I'm feeling more of these growing spaces for trees. And we should have a tree down here, really. I'm feeling more apple trees, because I think we've got plenty of jungle saplings. Actually, we've got 9 jungle saplings left, so that's going to be fine. So, yeah, a bit of a building project, I think. Probably off camera, because you don't want to watch me make those 2 thick platforms for hours and hours. But first, we have a little bit of a food problem. So I've got 5 apples, and I know I can swap 4 of them for something else from that Mud Age quest. I don't think we've got any other of these types of fruit. So let's just take dragon fruit, because I fancy it. Eaten 3 times out of the last 12 foods. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That means that I'm basically going to get nothing from eating these dragons. 75%. Okay, so I'll eat 1. How are we doing now? 66%. Okay, fine. I'll eat 1 more. But now we definitely have to save these until they're better for us. So, let's eat an apple. And, well, we should have more apples coming in fairly soon. Look at this. These trees are going mad with it. So, what I'm going to do, I think, is very, very carefully, I'm going to put an extension all the way across the back there, which is going to allow me to put in 3 more apple trees. Obviously, I'll have to get the apples together and not die first, but I'll come back to you once we've got that in place, and then we're going to have to think about how we're going to get the dirt for it as well. So I should probably be composting some of these saplings. Great! Right, I'll be back when I run out of wood, run out of hunger, or I finish the platform. Who knows which will happen first. Isn't it beautiful? No worries whatsoever, apart from the fact that it used all of my wood, including the trunk of this poor unfortunate tree over here. But, oh no, it's raining, please don't have any lightning. Okay, I'm going to have to stand here and be ready to put my platform out. Fine. I did get 3 apples from these trees, so I'm hoping, assuming I don't starve to death first, I'm going to be able to get 1 more apple and trade these for some bananas, maybe? I'm hoping I haven't eaten any of those too recently. Or should I take cherries? I don't know. So, we've got 1 bit of dirt cooked over here. So we can have 1 more apple tree. I do think that apple trees are the best choice. I could probably make fruit trees out of the other fruits. But since I can swap apples for everything, that should be okay. So 2 bits of dirt to go. I've also run out of torches, but this is all lit, so I won't be needing any more for a moment. Yes. Had to sneeze. Sorry. What was I? Oh, yes. So, we could very much do with some more wood because I'd like to make another extension to the platform. But for the meantime, I'm just going to carry on trying to make dirt and wait for some apples to finish growing, which shouldn't be very long at all, I'm hoping. Especially since I'm now down at, what, 2.5 hunger? Which is bad. It really is instant death when it gets to 0. Oh no, I'm moving really, really slowly. Okay, I'm going to have to eat an apple. Or 2, actually. Okay, that saved me. But now I'm in somewhat larger trouble, I would say. So, I think it's time we cashed in on that bread. Where was it? Here we are. I can always make more seeds from the seeds that I've got anyway. So let's take the bread. Now, how much does that give us? 1.5! That's incredible compared to the apples. What about toast? A full 2! Okay, well we should definitely toast this bread then. There we go. Unfortunately, that bread can't count for that other quest. It'd be nice if it did. Let's carry on knocking these trees out, I guess. Try and get the most out of them that we can. Oh, here's another sapling. And then we should get some more trees in place. Oh, they are. Brilliant. In that case, then, we'll compost these. We just need one more bit of dirt after that. Let's get our saplings ready. Aha! An apple! Great. Thank you very much. The toast is going to save me food-wise, so I'm going to turn this straight into an apple sapling. Our dirt shouldn't be far off now. Oh, another apple. Yeah, they're really starting to come through now. I feel like using that bread to get us through the rough patch will be just what we need. Any more? Maybe getting a little bit greedy. Okay, what have we got? 80%. That's very, very close. Oh, please don't have a thunderstorm. Give me that. Actually, having the trees down should stop the lightning, right? Or will it just set the tree on fire? I don't know if I've ever seen lightning hit a tree before. I've barely even seen lightning hit anything, to be fair. It's kind of uncommon that it hits right next to you. Look at that, there's so many spaces for apples to spawn. One more piece of dirt. And we'll be done. No growth from these ones, though. How much more? Okay, we've still got loads of bone meal left. I'm going to probably stop using it so aggressively at a stack. I suppose. I was going to say I suspect, but it's my decision, so I can't really guess. Well, I can. I'm probably going to chicken out at a stack, I could put it that way. Trying to get my saplings together. It would be nice to have some spare dirt that we could actually turn into cobblestone and start working on that broken iron ore. But for now, I'm just trying to get my food situation sorted, really. It's no good working on iron if you're dead. Any more ready? No. So, okay, let's plant this last apple sapling. And then we'll eat the toast. And that should see us through to the point where the apples are going to keep us alive. I hope. Otherwise, we'll have to do something like cook some silkworms or something along those lines. We have a plan B. We don't necessarily have a plan C. So let's eat 2 of these. Oh, that saturation is fantastic, and that's basically refilled our hunger meter comparatively, which is fantastic as well. So now we've got plenty of energy to do a bit of work. I'm especially interested actually in this wood, because I would like it to make a platform extension. I'm feeling a wheat farm, like maybe here off the side. I mean, obviously we can tear all this down later on anyway and rearrange stuff. This is only really temporary. I'm not a big fan of living on huge chunks of wood either, but I guess at least with this arrangement we do have a sort of core of clay which hopefully won't burn to the ground even if the rest of the platform catches on fire. Let's just jump down for a second. That kind of makes me a bit nervous, actually. It shouldn't, because it is 1 block thick after all, which is enough, but I don't know, I just like to have 2 solid blocks beneath me at least. I'm going to need some more wood to finish that off, I guess. Right. Time for you to go, Mr. Tree. And let's see where we are then. So, we're basically just trying to get a whole bunch of dirt together. So perhaps what I will do is I'll bodge about on this platform for another minute or so. Oh, I should make some more torches. At least they're fairly cheap. I'll bodge about on the platform for a bit. Then I'm probably going to cut for today. And when I come back, I will have gotten some dirt together, I guess. We can start working our way towards that broken iron ore. Although it depends how tricky that's going to be. I don't really know what the chances are there. So if it's 20% and I need 4, that means it's 20% of 20% of 20% of 20%. Is that right? Well, no, it's 1 in... So, okay, it's 1 in 5. 1 in 5 times. So we're going to need 5 times as much. So we actually need 20 pieces of dirt. Ooh. Which is what? 160 saplings? Surely that can't be right. I think it is. Ooh. Yes. Definitely going to need more of everything. Much more of everything. So perhaps we'll go out another line of apple trees as well. That feels like a good idea. We need to get really set up here to get through this. I mean, of course, once we've got our machines together and stuff, it's going to get a lot easier. Hopefully we'll be able to automate a lot of this process as well. But for now, with it manual, those numbers are kind of daunting. So this is going to be a wheat farm, but I've just realised that's 9 dirt, isn't it? At least, just to fill in the farm. So perhaps that's going to be another tree spot for the moment. Can't really afford all of that dirt. Pop that down. Okay. So what does that mean? We've got 3 spaces for trees and 6 spaces for apple saplings. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And there are quite a few apples starting to come in now. It's generally 1 or 2 to harvest. So I think with another 3 trees, which we can definitely do, right? Yeah, then we'll have 3 jungle saplings left over as well, so that's even better. Although I suppose 4 jungle saplings would be ideal, because then we could grow a jungle tree. That'd be awesome. That'd be huge. That gets loads and loads of wood, I'll tell you that. Yeah, perhaps we better do that. That'll be an interesting project. We'll have to, like, I don't know, clear out a whole section. Because it's going to be a big tree. Cool. Anyway, I think we're running out of time, and I'm definitely running out of things to do other than just grind away and make dirt. So I'll catch you in the next one, and we'll think about making some more progress, because it's been a little bit slow, but once we get that iron together, there's a bucket, I see lava, I see a block of iron, carrots and potatoes, so it's all coming. We just need to get past one more little hump, and everything will be just fine. I'll see you then.